Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I hope you are, well, tonight, I guess it actually is. I hope you guys are doing well. Let me go ahead and check all my stuff here real quick just to see if it's working. Let's see. Well, that's working, but that's not working. So let's try this again. And da dee da, dee da dee da. We're having music while I'm sitting here making sure if this is working. Is this working? It's working now. Yes, and we will change this to email. I guess somebody already did it. So it is done there. And I will like myself. And I will that was a little that was a little twangy, wasn't it? I will like myself. Let me get myself liked and let me get this sent over to the places that it goes to. You know, Twixverse, Threadosphere, and Discordia. So here we go. Ba, 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 ba. Sorry for being a little late. Just a little bit of some little slight technical difficulties there. So let's get this over here on Threads. And then let me go over to Discordia, and I will post this over here on my channel and on another channel. So here we go. We have it here. So it looks good. So let me go ahead and close those. Let me close that. And let me introduce my partner in crime, my ham to my cheese, my egg to my grits, my buddy and my best friend, Dadman, Walking 55.
Good evening. Good evening, my wife. How are you tonight?
I am doing fine. You sound a little hoarse
Yeah,
today,
I've
so
I've
we
actually
might
been sneezing a cough too.
we'll have hopefully someone coming on to help read some of the script parts so that you can save your
Yeah.
voice for the
Mm.
commenting parts.
Mm.
Um, so we're just waiting to see if that happens. Literally, that's why we were delayed.
Right.
Sending them a, I was sending them a PDF of the. I was making the script a PDF.
I
I
was
was
a technical
sending
difficulty.
Yes, that man was the technical difficulty. Sending them the link, sending them everything. So hopefully they will be here soon. So let me
Can I ask you a quick question though?
yes.
Your wonderful introduction of me. Can I be the bacon to your pancake?
Okay, that sounds so wrong.
I
Yes,
avoided sausage, but you know.
thank you.
Oh, snortapoopus.
Okay, well, Snortapoopus is here. He says hello, humans and other critters, and hello to you. Good evening, good evening. Let's see, we have Saribot and Stream Elements here. We have a Yummy. Hello, Yummy. I'm so
Yummy.
glad to see you tonight. We have Sashi says, greetings, everyone. Drive by like cooking lunch for work later. Noodles stir fried with shrimp paste. Yummy, yummy. It is 8 a.m. No, it is 9 a.m. where Sashi is right now. And we have a Fallout Dave. Hello, Fallout Dave. I hope you are doing well. We have Agent Atwood. Speaking of Agent Atwood is going to be our script reader today. So, to save some of Dadman's voice. So, we are going to introduce him right now. Oh, welcome, Atwood, and thank you so much for on this extremely short notice being able to do this. It is
Who
greatly,
are you
greatly
people?
appreciated. Who are you people? We're crazy, is what we are. Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
yes, you are.
Oh, yeah. The mayonnaise was he doesn't like mayonnaise, so I think it's perfect. The mayonnaise to your tuna salad. Yes,
Mayonnaise to
The cheese
mayonnaise
to
to
my
your
tuna
no
helper.
no no
it
no Mayonnaise to your trombone from
All
SpongeBob
right.
if you got that joke.
Okay. I'm not gonna be able to talk over you, Atwood, tonight. I'm
So
sitting back.
Dad and Sashi says Dadman is
Uh,
slowly morphing into a unicorn. We
yes,
have a Tina the Naughty Dragon. Hi
Tina.
everyone, the greatest Christmas movie ever.
Uh,
Zachariah
Mm,
315. Hello
hey,
to you.
hey, Zach.
I
Right.
hope you are doing well tonight. We have some hellos and hellos. Well, let's go ahead and get this show on the road because I don't know how long Dadman's going to last.
Hey,
Uh,
forgive me. You go as long as you need to for the stream,
oh,
especially with
oh,
these people out in the chat.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. So
Yeah.
here we go. We're going to talk about the shows that we reviewed earlier. The very first movie we did. We are more than halfway through, by the way, of our movies. We did Jingle All the Way. I gave it 3. Dadman gave it 8. That right there shows our taste in shows, does it not? Whoops, went too fast. Gremlins. I gave it 8. He gave it 7. A Christmas Carol, 1951, we both gave it 8 out of 10. So we really like that one. A Santa Claus, I gave it 6 solely for Tim Allen, and Dadman gave it 5 because he hated the way they um, just depicted stuff, and it was just Elf, we both gave it 4. Will Ferrell, that's all I'm going to say. Krampus. We had Agent Atwood there as our special guest for Krampus. Me and Dadman gave it 8 out of 10, and Atwood gave it 7. And
Speaking of which,
I loved your
speaking
reasoning.
speaking of which, Buddy Hepburn told me personally that he actually purchased the Naughty Cut. So if he gets here, remind me to ask him if he has
Oh,
seen it yet, because I have no idea. Um,
awesome.
another thing is can I just give this quick update real quick?
Sure.
So today I went and watched that my movie theater was showing for December they're showing like a different Christmas movie every week for $5, and today they did Polar Express.
Oh,
Because I wanted to
cool.
give something to myself for Christmas, and y'all, that song "When Christmas Comes to Town," I'm not gonna lie, I was crying, and it's hard to get me
It
cry.
makes you cry. It makes you teary. Oh, oh.
That's all I wanted to
Well,
say.
I'm so glad you got to see a movie that will help
It was
get
so
you
good.
in the spirit. And excellent. So yesterday afternoon, we reviewed Christmas television shows, and we ranked the 6 that we watched in our most favorite to our not so most favorite because I think all of them were worthy. We just some were better. We liked better than others. So that was last night, and so tonight we are going to be talking about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So,
A
thank
movie
you
that I have
all.
not seen in a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've seen
Yeah.
it, but it's been a little while. So
been
You
a little.
know, this is a great movie. Like with Elf and the others, we have so many people that like worship this movie. It's their annual movie to watch every year.
Mhm,
It's really how this thing has become a meme generator, and
right.
like Elf and everything, it's really iconic.
Yes, a lot of these movies that we have done. Um, I think I've said hello to everyone. Darren says, "Welcome here on Twitch. Please give your feedback, and it may be used in the stream to those watching
Yeah,
on YouTube."
yeah, we have 4 on Twitch.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys very much. Um, Wow, 10 people are watching already. That's so cool. So we're going to go ahead and start our show. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It aired December 1st, 1989. It was a budget of 25 million and the box office was 73.3 million dollars. Trivia, this was the only vacation movie that National Lampoon did where they did not leave their home. The only
Mhm.
um, time they traveled was at the very beginning when they went to get the tree. So this
Right.
movie took place completely in their house. So I thought that was a very interesting trivia. Have found some trivia and I kind of put them in throughout the show.
Mhm.
So here we go. Chicago area based resident Chris Griswold, who's played by Chevy Chase, intends to have a great Christmas with his entire family. He drives his wife Ellen, who's played by Beverly D'Angelo, and children Audrey, played by Juliette Lewis, and Rusty, Johnny Galecki, out to the country to find a tree. Let me get where this will change here. Uh, Atwood, if you do Rusty and Audrey, I will do Clark. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
There we go.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
Hey,
Dad, can you explain again what we're doing?
we're kicking off our fun, old fashioned family Christmas by heading out into the country in the old front wheel drive sleigh to embrace the frosty majesty of the winter landscape and select the most important of Christmas symbols.
We're not driving all the way out here so you can get one of those stupid ties with Santa Claus on it, are we?
No, Audrey, I have one of those at home. His way to get a tree, he encounters an aggressive pickup driver. Carl blasts his horn and sneers as the pickup pulls past him. You can do Ellen.
Clark, don't provoke him.
Clark flashes his lights and beeps his horns. Hey, kids, look, a deer! As they look the other way, he points out the window and flips a bird to the pickup truck. The truck then brake checks them, and Clark gets angry and is committed to escalating the conflict. He hits the gas. You can be Clark this time.
I'm gonna burn some dust here. Eat my rubber.
Dad, I think you mean burn rubber and eat my dust.
Whatever, Russ, whatever.
After they get stuck under a logging truck, they make it to the farm safely. You can
Hey, we made pretty good time.
Yep, they flew in the air, reminiscent of the first
Yeah.
movie.
Yes, very much so.
Clark, Ellen, Audrey, and Rusty. If you need us to stop for you to say something, just I
No,
should give you a little bell you can ding, but I can't.
I'll take a line in here in the next long set.
Okay, you want to be okay in. You can be Ellen in that big long one,
Okay, got it.
and Atwood, you can be Rusty and Audrey.
Okay.
Dadman, you let Dadman be Rusty and Ellen, and you be
Okay.
Audrey.
Okay.
Dadman, okay? Clark and Audrey and Rusty are trudging through the snow. The family has a very hard um, time going through the deep snow. Clark pays it no time. There is wind howling and wolves howling. Ho!
Dad, didn't they invent tree lights so people won't have to drive all the down here and waste a whole Saturday?
They invented them, Russ, because people forgot how to have fun, old fashioned family Christmases and are satisfied with scrawny, dead, overpriced trees that have no special meaning.
My toes are numb.
You see, kids, this is what our forefathers did.
I can't feel my legs.
They went out in the woods, picked out that special tree, and cut it down with their bare hands.
Mom, I can't feel my hips.
Clark,
Yes, honey.
Audrey's frozen from the waist down.
Well, that's all part of the experience. I'm sorry. Clark ultimately chooses the largest one that they can find.
Well,
You can be Ellen, and Atwood, you can be Russ.
Clark, isn't it a little big?
It's not that big. It's just full.
Dad, that wouldn't fit in our yard.
Well, it's not going in the yard, Russ. It's going in our living room. Realizing too late that they did not bring any tools to cut the tree down, they are forced to uproot it instead.
Which is awesome because we didn't know Did they pull him at the car? Who knows
There
what?
was a deleted scene. I'm glad you said that. There was a deleted scene that they didn't have where they go back to the tree person and they ask for a saw. They said they forgot the saw. It says, "No, you know the rules," and they have a sign, no peeing in the forest. Don't only cut down the trees that you want, and bring your own saw. So he said fine, and he gave him a shovel to dig it out with. So
Okay.
that's how they dug it
So
out.
they didn't use the car. Okay.
No, they did not use the car. The car wasn't there. The car couldn't get there with all that
I
trudging.
I
Yeah,
got you.
but
Yes.
that was a scene that was cut out. Um, when they get home, Clark emulates horror icons Jason
Mm-hmm.
Voorhees with the hockey mask and Leatherface with the chainsaw and the overhead chainsaw pose simultaneously when he comes outside to trim the huge tree. And there we meet their yuppie neighbors, Todd and Margot. Um, Deadman, you be Todd, I'll be Clark.
Hey, Griswold, where do you think you're going to put up a tree that big?
I'll bend over and I'll show you.
You got a lot of nerve talking to me like that, Griswold.
I wasn't talking to you. The tree made it into the house, and he cuts the twine. The branches are released and unfold into the room. Unwrapped, the tree is enormous. Branches extend deep into the room and crash through the window. While Clark and Ellen um, are in bed, his hands are sticky from the sap of the tree.
Mm.
And then we go to the next day. Clark is checking out at the mall and he sees a beautiful cashier who's played by Nicolette Scorsese and he talks to her. They asked, Chrissy Berkel, it was in the
Christy Brinkley.
Brinkley, Chrissy
Mm.
Brinkley to do it, but she said no because she just thought it'd be weird because of her age. So they asked Nicolette Scorsese. Well, he talked to them, and let's see. Devin, I'm going to let you hold your voice a little bit here,
Oh,
and
great.
you
I
can
wanted to be the
be.
woman.
You want to be the woman? Okay, you
Sure.
can be. You can be the
I
woman.
think I got the voice for it tonight.
Okay. And that would at the very end. Russ has the very last line. Okay, so go ahead.
Can I show you something?
Oh, I was just smiling. I was just browsing.
Well, for your wife or your girlfriend?
What happened? I guess it wouldn't be Christmas shopping season if the stores were a little less hotter than they are. It's warm in here, isn't it?
You have your coat on
Oh, I do. How did that happen?
because it's cold outside.
Yes, it is. It is a bit nipply out. I mean nippy out. What did I say? Nipple. Well, there is a nip in the air though.
Can I take something out for you?
I was just looking for something for my wife. God rest her soul.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no. She's not dead. We're just divorced. She's history, and obviously she doesn't wear underwear. And there's plenty of shopping days left until adulthood, which is to say Christmas, as in Yule log, not a log. I don't mean a log. I didn't have a log. I mean, I do, but not in the sense that you were. Think I said. Good golly, 'tis the season to be merry.
That's my name.
No shit. Russ is looking for his dad in the department store. Through the crowd, he sees Clark at the lingerie counter. Clark's laughing and enjoying himself. Mary's showing him a minuscule pair of panties.
These are cut high on the hip. I'm wearing something very similar. See? You can't see the line.
You can't see the line, can you, Russ? Russ, can you see the line? Atwood, Russ.
I'm sorry, it muted me. I said nope.
and, and Clark is like, oh shit. So, with both Clark and Ellen's parents, who are played by John Randolph and Diane Lane, are the couple on the right that plays Clark's parents, and E.G. Marshall and Doris Roberts play Ellen's parents, and they are on the left of the screen. They are bickering before they even enter the house. Folks, Merry Christmas. Clark steps back as the grandparents rush the house. They engulf Clark, Ellen, Rusty, and Audrey in hugs and machine gun chatter. It's an invasion. Art and Francis descend upon Ellen and the kids. Nora breaks from Clark and pushes past Francis to Rusty. Art returns to Clark. Clark Sr. crosses to Ellen. Rusty, Audrey, Ellen, and Clark hold their positions as the grandparents move between them. Each family member is verbally hugged, squeezed, attacked, hugged, squeezed, and kissed. 100 individual overlapping comments and questions in 30 seconds. And here's a little bit of trivia for that. As the Griswold, Dad may read the trivia. Dadman?
Sorry, I had muted myself. As the Griswold's family members are arriving at the front door, It's a Wonderful Life, 1946, is showing on the television. That film was directed by Frank Capra. Capra's grandson, Frank Capra III, was assistant director on this film.
I saw that credit, and I wonder if they were related.
You know,
So,
it's so funny because I love Doris Roberts. She was in Everybody Loves Raymond, for those that don't
mhm.
know. But I just saw her. I've been rewatching some of Grey's Anatomy, and she's in an episode of that. She was a patient. It's hilarious. She's
She is
hilarious.
a wonderful actress. They all play the parents
She's like,
fabulously.
she's like, what's her face? What Aunt Dorothy and Krampus? She's kind of like that kind of actress. She's always plays the funny role.
Yes, yes. So our next thing is Clark maintains a positive attitude and remains undeterred in his plans. I I will let you. Um,
Y'all two take this section.
yes, I will let you, Atwood, be Rusty, and I will be Clark. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So this is what Christmas is all about. I'll park the cars and check the luggage, and yeah, I'll be outside for the season. If I'm out in the cold and I'm committed to decorating the house, I'm going to do it right and I'm going to do it big. You want something you can be proud of, don't you?
Yeah, I guess.
Sure you do. You're not. Oh, sure you do.
You're not gonna overdo it, are you, Dad?
When have I ever overdone something? Ah,
That
right.
see that one time at band camp?
Margot and Todd see Clark climbing up the ladder. I'll be Margot, you be Todd.
Mm,
I
okay.
hope he falls and breaks his neck.
Oh, he'll fall for sure. We're just not lucky enough to have him break his neck.
Ellen and Audrey are making dinner. They have to shout above the snoring and the blasting television set. Um, you be Audrey and I'll be Ellen.
Okay. Would it be indecent to ask the grandparents to stay at a hotel?
Ellen just answers with a tired look.
Can we at least forbid them to answer the phone? Alexander called this morning and Grandpa Clark said I couldn't come to the phone because I was going to the bathroom.
We're all making sacrifices, Audrey.
Yeah, everybody. Are you sleeping with your brother? Do you know how sick and twisted that is?
Well, I'm sleeping with your father. Don't be so dramatic.
Mom, I have nightmares about what he does in his own bed. Alone.
Honey, I don't know what to say except that it's Christmas. We're all in misery. Clark covers the entire house exterior. Clark covers the entire exterior of the house with thousands of lights. Damn it, are you ready? Or you still want us to do them?
I'll give it a shot
Okay,
for
you
Clark.
can be you can be Clark.
I'll sit out
Okay.
this one.
Okay.
No,
All right.
because you turn the page.
Yeah.
You can Damon can be Clark, and you can be Rusty,
Okay.
All right. Are you ready? Sorry.
and
You
you can
ready?
be Audrey too.
Okay.
Me?
Yes.
Mm.
Are you ready? 250 strands of lights, 100 individual bulbs per strand for a grand total of 25,000 individual miniature imported Italian twinkle lights. 25,000! Audrey?
Oh, sorry. I hope nobody I know drives by and sees me standing in the yard staring at my house in my pajamas.
If they know your dad, they won't think anything of it.
Fire it up, Dad.
I dedicate this house to the Griswold family Christmas. To the family. Drum roll, please.
He joins the drum roll louder and more enthusiastic. He holds the plug and the outlet, and with a great drama, he plugs in the cord, and the house remains dark. Beautiful, Clark. Um, you can be Francis, Dad, man.
Boy, boy, talk about tinkling your money away. I hope you kids see what a silly waste of resources this was.
He worked really hard, Grandma.
So do washing machines, but they don't make for very good fathers. While everyone is in bed, we have a Clark Sr. here and Nora. We have a Rusty and Audrey. We have Art, who is looking at the ceiling at a girly poster that Rusty has on his wall.
Art the clown.
Ellen, yeah, Ellen is laying in bed wondering where Clark is, and Clark is outside trying to fix the lights. The next morning, Clark goes to the attic to hide some presents and gets trapped. Um, Atwood, can you read the trivia?
Yeah. Trivia. Just before Clark got locked up in the attic, he pulled out an old present from a hidden slot, and it contained a card that read, Happy Mother's Day, 1983, Love Clark. Vacation 1983 was released that year.
I thought that was kind of cool. To pass the time away, he finds some old family movies and watches them until Ellen opens the attic door and he and the projector fall through to the floor. So the next night, Clark plants a floodlight in front of the Santa Claus and the plastic reindeer and a sign announcing Merry Christmas in glittery plastic letters. He feels a degree of satisfaction with the decorations, even though the lights on the house are still out of order. Clark sticks the floodlight plug into the extension cord input and it does not work. At that time, so he goes and starts fiddling with the lights. At that time, Nora steps into the garage and turns on the light switch, and
Mm-hmm.
voila! The
Sizzle.
Christmas lights turn on.
Sizzle manizzle.
Todd and Margot are sitting in their king size bed in the dark. Todd in his shorts, Margot wearing a satin robe. They clink glasses and kiss. Their moment, their lips touch, the room is flooded with light. Then Nora leaves the room. Then Laura turns off the light switch, and the house is dead. The house is dark again. Margot and Todd, temporarily blinded, um, crash into a table. Ellen rushes into the garage. Wait, let me find. She hits the light switch and looks for the plug. The lights turn back on. Clark calls for the family to come out and look at the lights. Before they get outside, Ellen turns the light switch off and the house becomes dark. Clark gets angry and kicks Santa, the reindeer, and the sign. Dadman, are you up to reading that trivia?
Let me pass.
Okay. Atwood, could you read the trivia?
Pop-up video. Yeah. After failing to get the Christmas lights to work one last time, Clark Griswold takes his frustration out on the plastic decorations in the front yard. Chevy Chase actually broke his pinky finger while punching Santa Claus. He resorts to kicking and clubbing the decorations after that. The film kept rolling and the take was used. That's hilarious.
Yeah, when you don't realize things like that, yes. Ellen realizes that the light switch controls the outlets to the lights, and the outlets the lights are plugged into. She turns it back on, and the house is illuminated for good. Clark is in tears. The struggle, the frustration, and the anger has paid off. Todd and Margot are hopping around the room, holding their bandaged shins. The wine bottles fallen to the floor along with the cheese and crackers and caviar and fruit, flowers, vases, and water. It's a terrible mess, made all the worse by the screaming bright flooding light flooding into their room. Clark embraces the family members. Nora, Clark Sr., you can read this line.
Dad, Dad, you taught me everything I know about exterior electrical illumination. Francis?
And then he talks to Francis, hugs Francis, and you can do the first part of the line, and then I'll read the Clark line, okay? And Art,
The little lights are not twinkling. Art,
thanks.
thanks for noticing, Art.
Yep, thanks for noticing, Art. And cousin Eddie.
The house looks real swell, Clark.
Yeah,
Ellen, huh?
I love that. Eddie.
Yep. Yeah, he's like, Eddie? Eddie? Ellen's cousins, Catherine, played by Miriam Flynn, and her redneck husband, Eddie, played by Randy Quaid, arrive unannounced with their two. Okay, let me see. And Demon, can you do Eddie in the
Yep.
first one and in
Mhm.
the second one?
Okay.
And Atwood, if you do Francis in the second one and Art in the first one.
Sure, just Francis and Art. Okay.
And I'll do Catherine in the second one. Okay. They arrive unannounced with two of their younger children. Rocky, played by Cody Berger.
If you don't remember, this is Rocky.
You got a kiss from me?
Better take a rain check on that, Art. He's got a lip fungus that ain't identified yet.
And Ruby Sue Ellen Hamilton. Oh, Ruby Sue, played by Ellen Hamilton Latson. You remember Ruby Sue.
Oh my gosh, her eyes aren't crossed anymore.
Something, ain't it? Falls in the well, eyes get crossed. Gets kicked by a mule. They go back to normal.
And their pet Rottweiler, Snots.
We would have called, but Eddie wanted to make a surprise. Wanted to make it a surprise.
Clark, you surprised?
Who's Clark?
I'll be Clark. Surprise, Eddie, if I woke up tomorrow with my head sewed to the carpet, I couldn't be more surprised than I am right now. At the house, Clark and Eddie enjoy some eggnog. And I'm sorry, I love the fact that he's wearing that turtleneck dickie under a sweater that's so thin you can see through it. And he just doesn't even care. I just love that.
I do
Okay.
too, it's like
I'm
me.
I'm sorry I had to say that. Okay, I'll be Clark. Okay, we'll just be Clark and Eddie. And Atwood, you can be Mr. Frank Shirley. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so at the house, Clark and Eddie enjoy some eggnog. Can I refill your eggnog for you? Get you something to eat? Drive you out to the middle of nowhere and leave you for dead?
Nah, I'm doing just fine, Clark.
Clark brings a Christmas present to his boss, Frank Shirley, who callously has him place it on a table with the other gifts.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm in the middle of an important call. Get me somebody, anybody, and get me somebody while I'm waiting.
Clark and Eddie go sledding with the kids. Clark sprays the saucer sled with a lubricant and with hilarious results.
Don't go putting none of that stuff in my sled, Clark. You know that metal plate in my head? I had to have it replaced because every time Catherine revved up to the microwave, I piss my pants and forget who I was for half an hour or so. So over at the VA, they had to replace it with plastic. It ain't as strong, so I don't know if I should go sailing down no hill with nothing between the ground and my brains but a piece of government plastic.
First, I'm going to say Phantom Outsider. Marty Moose eggnog glasses. Apparently, you can get them at Target.
Oh, really? Oh, well.
Okay, sorry, I was reading some. So yes, you can buy them. I guess Target has a huge line of Christmas vacation stuff. So
They change it like every year. They normally try to pick like a franchise, and that's what they spotlight. It's weird.
Oh, well. That's crazy.
well, he goes down. Clark goes down the slide a hill. He's going very very fast. He goes through the trees, through campsites, and is very very dangerous. And yes, it was a sight to behold in the movie. So um, there we go with that. Now, the next scene, Clark begins to wonder why his boss, Frank Shirley, who's played by Brian Doyle Murray, has not given him his yearly bonus, which he desperately needs to pay for a new swimming pool. Later that night, he fantasizes about the family playing in the pool, which morphs into him fantasizing about Mary from the mall. And this is a almost exact shot of when Christy Brinkley got out of the motel pool.
Yeah. Didn't one of the kids walk up to him while he was fantasizing?
Yes, little Sue, what is her name? The little kid. Ruby Sue comes
Yeah.
up and asks if he's Santa Claus, and they have a cute little exchange there.
Mm.
So, but I didn't put that in the script because the next morning during breakfast, I'll be Ellen and Eddie. And Dadman, do you want to do Clark or do you want Atwood? How are you feeling?
I can do Clark.
Okay. Then Atwood, you be Eddie. Okay.
Okay.
What are you looking at?
The silent majesty of a winter's morn, the clean, cool chill of the holiday air. An asshole in his bathrobe emptying a chemical toilet into my sewer.
Shooter was full.
Yeah, you checked our shitters, honey.
Clark, please. He doesn't know any better.
He ought to know it's illegal. That's a storm sewer. It fills with gas. I pity the person who lights a match within 10 yards of it.
Realizing that the kids might not have a Christmas, Clark offers to buy gifts for Eddie's kids so that they can still enjoy Christmas. Soon afterward, Clark's senile Aunt Bethany, played by Mae Questel, and cantankerous Uncle Lewis, played by Sam McMurray, arrive. And this is a cool trivia. This is the final, well, this was not the cool one, but this is the final film of Mae Questel, whose film career began in 1930 as the voice of Betty Boop. I thought that was really cool. Lewis and Bethany were based on George Burns and Gracie Allen. It was hoped that George Burns would play Lewis. And despite acting as the husband and wife duo of Aunt Bethany and Uncle Lewis, Mae Questel was 19 years older than her co star, William Hickey. She was 81 years old, and he was 62 at the time of the filming. Dadman, you can be Uncle Lewis.
Real quick, he did say that to her there was a line in there, say goodnight, Gracie.
Mm.
He said to that, by the way. Corey Cochran is here.
Hello, Corey and Ice Raven. How are you?
Yeah.
I think that is the same person. But hello. Thank you for being on both platforms. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So
Which one do you want me to do?
You can do Uncle Lewis.
No, okay.
Let's see. I'll be
I
I'll be Clark.
Yeah,
Atwood, you can be Clark and Ellen, and I will be Aunt Bethany.
No, he did look older than 62, though.
Uh-huh.
Yes, he did.
You said I'm Clark and who?
Ellen.
But it does give context to that Hello Gracie line.
Yes.
That was said here. Hey, Grizz, Bethany and I figured out the perfect gift for you.
Oh, you didn't have to give me anything.
Ah, damn it, Bethany, he guessed it.
Oh, Aunt Bethany, you shouldn't have done that.
Oh dear, did I break wind?
Jesus, did the room clear out, Bethany? Hell no, she means presents. You shouldn't have brought presents.
I will be, let's see, this next one, you can be Clark. Let's see, you
Who's
can
you?
still, wait, let me think. Um, I want to be Aunt Bethany because I think she's funny.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Dadman, you can be Clark and Uncle Lewis, and
Okay.
Atwood, you can be everybody else.
All
So
right.
just Nora Griswold. Okay,
Is there? Oh, is there more than that? Okay.
that's it. That's
So
it.
okay, so you be Clark and
No, I don't
Nora
mind.
Griswold. No,
Okay.
you be Clark and Nora Griswold, and Dadman can be Uncle Lewis. I thought there was two others. I thought there was other ones there.
That's fine.
So so you're Clark and Nora
Okay.
Atwood.
Okay. Since this is Aunt Bethany's 80th Christmas, I think she should lead us in the saying of grace.
What, dear?
Grace.
Grace? She passed away 30 years ago.
They want you to say grace. The blessing.
They all pose for prayer suddenly. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
And there's some trivia here. Atwood, can you read the trivia?
So, when Bethany recites the Pledge of Allegiance instead of grace, she said one nation indivisible, while other families say one nation under God indivisible. The words under God were added in 1954. However, Bethany would have grown up in the original version, and her memory issues may have kept her from remembering the change. That's interesting.
I thought that was very interesting. Well, things start to not go so well. The turkey is as dry as a desert. The dog gets in the garbage, and Aunt Bethany's cat is electrocuted. And Dadman, you can be Eddie,
Okay. If that thing had 9 lives, he just spent them all.
and Uncle Lewis accidentally burns down the Christmas tree while lighting his cigar. A courier delivers an envelope instead of the bonus Clark expects. It's a membership in the Jelly of the Month Club. He snaps. And I want to read this because I love this. I'm hoping I can do it justice.
Yep.
Hey, if any of you are looking for any last minute gift ideas for me, I have one. I'd like Frank Shirley, my boss, right here tonight. I want him brought from his happy holiday slumber over there on Melody Lane with all the other rich people. And I want him brought right here with a big ribbon on his head. And I want to look him straight in the eye. And I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no good, rotten, far flushing, low life, snake licking, dirt eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood sucking, dog kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat ass, bug eyed, stiff legged, spotty lipped, worm headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol?
Tell them how you really feel.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think that. What do you think?
so I think he's a little upset. Well,
Just a little bit.
Clark cracks. He goes outside, cuts down a tree in his front yard for his new Christmas tree, and there is a squirrel in that tree, and all hell
Squirrel.
breaks
Yes.
loose.
Our favorite animal.
Margot is attacked when she goes to the grid walls to punch Clark. A little while later, Clark sees suitcases by the front door. Um, Atwood, you can be Clark, and I will. Dadman, do you want to do this?
I would like to try this one.
Okay, you can be Clark. Um, And then in the next one, Atwood, you can be Clark Sr. and Dadman can be Clark, okay?
Okay.
Where do you think you're going? Nobody's leaving. Nobody's walking out on this fun, old-fashioned family Christmas. No, no, we're all in this together. This is a full-blown four-alarm holiday emergency here. We're going to press on, and we're going to have happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye. And when Santa squeezes his fat white ass down that chimney tonight, he's going to find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house.
Clark, I think it'd be best if everyone went home
Worse.
before things got worse.
Worse? How could things get any worse? Take a look around here. Ellen, we're at the threshold of hell.
We see the RV leaving a mansion and back at the Griswolds.
Our holidays were always such a mess.
Oh yeah.
How'd you get through it?
I had a lot of help from Jack Daniels.
Eddie has taken Clark's request literally and he has kidnapped Frank. Frank's wife, Helen, played by Natalia Nogalich, calls the police. Frank admits to canceling the Christmas bonuses, but then reinstates them in the face of Clark's chastisement. Uh, Batman, you want to do Frank
I'll let Atwood do this one.
Atwood?
Okay. Where'd it go? Oh, sometimes things look good on paper, but lose their luster when you see how it affects real folks. I guess a healthy bottom line doesn't mean much if to get it, you have to hurt the ones you depend on. It's people that make the difference. Little people like you. So, Carl, whatever you got last year, add 20%.
Clark, and yes, he did say his name wrong there. Clark did pass out. He fainted when he heard that. But then the SWAT team storms into the Griswold house and holds everyone at gunpoint. A little bit of trivia there. Beverly D'Angelo improvised grabbing Chevy Chase's crotch when the SWAT team holds up the house. She later said she did it on only one take and on the off chance it could make the film's final cut, which is what happened. Frank decides not to press charges and explains the situation to his wife and the SWAT leader, both of whom scold him for canceling the bonuses until he reveals his change of heart. Um, Atwood, you be the SWAT commander, and Damon, you want to be Mr. Frank Shirley, and I'll be Mrs. Helen Shirley.
Okay. Remember how I was toying with the idea of suspending the Christmas bonuses?
You didn't. Well, of all the cheap, lousy ways to save a buck.
That's pretty low, mister. If I had a rubber hose, I would beat you.
I changed my mind. I'm reinstating all the bonuses.
The family goes outside when Rocky and Ruby Sue believe they see Santa Claus in the distance. Clark tells them that it is actually the Christmas star and that he finally realizes what the holiday means to him. Uncle Lewis says it's the light is coming from a sewage treatment plant, reminding Clark that Eddie had been dumping his RV sewage into the nearby storm drain. Before Clark can stop him, Uncle Lewis lights another cigar and tosses the match into the drain, causing a giant gas explosion, which sets a Santa sleigh decoration afire and launches it into the sky. Aunt Bethany starts singing the Star Spangled Banner, and everyone joins in as the flaming decorations fly in the distance. Family and the SWAT team singing to the flying decorations. The entire family, along with the Shirleys and the SWAT team, go inside to celebrate with Clark and Ellen as they share a Christmas kiss. Clark is satisfied that he has provided a great Christmas for his family. The end. And that
Okay.
is our rendition of Christmas Vacation. So now it's time to discuss. So Atwood, thank you very much for reading.
No
Um,
problem.
did you watch any of this? I mean, do you remember it or
I have not seen this movie in so many years, so if I were to rate it, I would just give it a 5 because I don't remember anything about it, so I'm just gonna rate it halfway just because I don't remember like anything of this movie. In fact, the only thing I remember from this movie is the horror icon seemed funny enough, so just for that, I guess I'll give it a 6.
when I saw that I thought of you. I said, "Oh my gosh, these are two characters that you really like." Um,
Well,
so
they're definitely not my favorites. If you don't know my favorites, there's something
yeah,
wrong. But they're. mm, I like Jason. Leatherface is kind of eh. So
yeah. So, okay, well, thank you very much for pitch hitting for us during the script reading. I really, really appreciate it. So I am going to let you go now, and you can, if you have any comments, you can put them in the chat. And thank you very much, everybody. Give Atwood a round of applause and a thank you for. I
and my
didn't even
dad.
realize that was you, Dadman. Just walked out of the kitchen. I was like, oh my gosh. So
He's
thank
oh
you.
you misheard right. I'm sorry.
So thank you very, very much, Atwood, and I will talk to you later.
That is fine. I will just sit here in the background. Just let me know
Okay,
to pop me back in if you need anything.
okay, okay. We will. Okay, bye.
Yay! Sort Purpose is clapping. By the way, I do have tea. I just went and
Okay,
reheated what I had.
okay. Well,
So where do you want
hopefully
to
they'll.
start?
Okay, well, let's start with what did you like about the movie? And you
Hmm.
guys in the chat, share what you like in this movie. This one though, some of them are much more involved when I for the readings. This one was not that difficult.
No, but it had a great emotional connection at times, especially Chevy Chase's lines. That's why I'm frustrated that this happened with my voice tonight because some of that line that you did that you insisted on doing was one of the greatest lines that I
Oh my
love,
god.
and it shows how brilliant Chevy Chase is as an actor comedian because the whole timing of it, like blah 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 blah. I need a Tylenol. It's just
Yeah.
like it was wonderful. I thought it started off really cool with just right out of the bat with the stupid they got stuck under a tractor trailer. He tried to be Melee Fortnite today. I don't know if you saw that. I actually took a car right under the tractor trailer in one of the gas stations, but he actually got under the tractor trailer and got stuck, and then finally
Mm.
had to swing off to. We're here. There. What was it? Was the line was what? Well, we make good time.
Yes. Yes.
That was reminiscent when you said it of the first vacation
Mhm.
when they ended up in the desert.
Yes. Well, they had a lot of, like, little homages to it.
Yeah.
The Mother's Day gift, the flying in the car, the pretty lady in the pool, um, all those were kind of reminiscent.
And you
Uh,
said her name was Scorsese. I kind of wondered if it's any
it
then
probably is.
because like the
It
other one that had a relation to Capra.
Yeah.
But yeah, but we'll hold off on Phantom Outsider for now. But if you have comments about this movie specifically, then we'll have you do your evaluation of the movie. And I like that. You can rank the vacation movies as you want to. Um, I This was a movie that's grown on me though over the years. The first
Mm,
time I saw it, I didn't really like it,
mhm.
and it just I guess watching it more often, I actually learned to appreciate the humor. Uh,
I
but one of the strongest parts in it was God, Randy Quaid.
Oh my
Randy
gosh.
Quaid is awesome in every freaking movie he's in, whether it's
Mhm.
Independence Day, up, hello boys, I'm back, or if it's
Mhm.
hey out there in his underwear and a coat with the head floppy thing on, pumping sewage down the sewer. It's
Mhm.
hilarious.
Yes, the Marty Moose glasses, because they went to Wally World. There was
Yeah,
a Walmart parking lot. Walmart is called Wally World. Um,
yeah.
so there were a lot of little, cute little things there. Um, to let you all know, I get a lot of my script synopsis from Wikipedia and the quotes from the show because I watch it and I have a script in front of me and I pick out the quotes that I'm going to use. So um, that's kind of how I do it. Um, and then I get the screenshots to put for the pictures. So from the guess where? The movie. So what did I like about the movie? Randy Quaid, I thought was really um, on board, and he was not originally supposed to be in this movie, but so many people missed them. In I guess it was it vacation, then was it European vacation, and then Christmas vacation? Is that the order
I,
of them?
I believe so. I
He
believe
was
so.
not in European vacation, and a lot of people were upset about that. So, that's why they made, uh, scenes that's why they put him in this movie, and I don't think it would have worked if he wasn't in this movie. I mean, the whole kidnapping him, because he's just so stupid, um, and, I loved the boss. He was just such the stereotypical uncaring boss, but he wasn't really uncaring at times. But he just didn't have time to remember Carl's name. I mean Clark's name. And I just thought that he did really good. And the scene, and I tried to do the slides where it kind of you could kind of see what happened is that when Clark was giving his present and Frank was talking to him, he wasn't on the phone. And he goes, "Can't you see I'm on a busy phone call?" And then he picks up his phone. He says, "Let me talk to anybody, just anybody. Let me talk to anybody while I'm waiting." So I mean, it just was. He was kind of a jerk, and I think his wife, put him in his place. You silly, and I do think that's a big thing. When people are depending on
Mhm.
their those bonuses, if you get them for more than 5 years, you kind of.
Yeah. The pacing with this movie seemed good. Um, I
Hmm.
love the way they started it right out to get a Christmas tree, and they kept going further and further out, and it's like, but
Yeah.
the movie did keep moving from work to. They kept advancing the scenes, and they
Yeah.
actually, I think, the casting was solid all throughout the movie, not just Randy Quaid.
Oh,
Julia
yeah.
Louis Dreyfus made a great annoying next door
Oh
neighbor.
my
I
gosh.
loved that line when he said, "Let me show you where I'm going to put it." Uh, I wasn't talking to you. When the look
Mhm.
on her face, like he's talking about shoving the tree up her butt. Yeah.
And when she goes to, the door where she was gonna punch, Clark out,
Hmm.
she
Yeah.
told her husband to do it, and he's like, he was and she goes, "Oh, just never mind," and he went back to the house, and she went there, and then she got attacked by the squirrel. She comes in to the room, and he looks at her, and she's, just ripped up to shreds because of the dog
Yeah.
and the squirrel, it was crazy. She went over and she knocked him out.
Yeah.
Literally
That was a
just
nice
knocked him
touch.
right over the chair. She
Yeah.
just like had it with him. So
And
I don't think she was quite as yuppie as we think she is. And interesting is Brian Doyle Murray is Bill's older brother, and Bill was Chevy's replacement on Saturday Night Live. Very, very interesting.
yeah.
I actually have I got it at Goodwill, but it's like a big special edition of um, Christmas Vacation, and it has some cool stuff in it. It has, I think,
Yeah.
the antler ears and all that. But I enjoyed the movie. I thought the pacing was good. I thought every actor was perfect in the role. Um, I loved Aunt Bethany.
Oh yeah. She's
May
beautiful.
she was I just loved her, and
But
when
that
they
ties
said
up that her husband was only 62.
when they said that she was the voice of Betty Boop, I went, "Oh
Yeah.
my gosh," I could hear it.
Yeah.
I
But
could hear it.
but the guy that played the uncle was only 62.
That's at the time of the filming, that's what it said.
God, he looked like he was in his 80s like she was. But I
Mhm.
remember that guy in other roles. See,
Right.
that's what's making some of these movies really, really good that we've been looking at. It's not the star power; it's the undercard. It's the character actors that really are adding and enhancing to the movie. Because with her scattered brain, and you got grumpy Uncle Frank sitting there
And
talking,
just the look on her face was just lovely. I mean, it was
she's
perfect.
oblivious to everything. Yeah,
Yeah, it was just absolutely perfect. I was trying to find the front
I
page
did not
here.
realize Randy Quaid was on SNL, but Fan Master said Brian Doyle, Randy Quaid, and Julie Louise were. I know Julie Louise and
I
Brian Doyle.
yeah.
So, but but yeah, it's so funny. You can see the patterns in a lot of the Murrays and the Chases and Aykroyd movies. You do see a lot of Saturday Night Live alumni and stuff in a lot of these
Mhm.
movies in different roles, um, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of like they circle the wagons. They got it for their people, but
Right.
they're good actors. They're good comedians, and they know how to deliver lines.
Right, exactly, exactly. So what I liked. And Chevy Chase he does not really annoy me. I heard there were actors that they wanted to actually directors that wanted to actually direct this, but they refused to because they did not want to work with Chevy Chase.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, he's very difficult. So I thought that was very interesting. Um, but um,
Well, they
I
say
kind
that
of
about Bill Murray too. So it's
I liked the pacing of it. I just think
yeah.
it was a good movie.
Well,
Is
folks
it
out there, share
something
your favorite scenes with us too. Yeah.
yeah, if you have any favorite scenes, the squirrel scene, that whole thing when it's on the back of his sweater cracks me up.
Oh,
Um,
oh, the dinner at the table. I like. Is that the dog? Is the dog all right? Randy Quaid just looks in there. Yep, he just yacked up a bone. Like no big deal.
he's like,
Okay.
"Don't feed him at the table."
Yeah. Then that caused.
Yeah, yes.
And then the mess in the garbage in the kitchen that you saw after that. So, but I tell
Yeah.
you, this movie, that turkey. If you remember that scene, how everybody were munching and gnawing on it because it was so dried.
Oh, that sounds
That's
reminiscent.
that's reminiscent of our fried turkey on Thanksgiving. I got
Yes,
listen to that. Oh yeah.
that was so true. I don't really, I was trying to think of things to. It was a movie.
Well, but you know what? Unlike other movies, these scenes were good and they tied the movie together.
Yeah, but
They're
it's
going to
not.
be. There's some that we've seen already. There's some that we're going to see. Where I think my point will be, they're just a group of scenes put together with.
Oh yeah,
Okay, they're just scenes put together. They don't tie the movie together. This
right.
one, I mean, because like I said, I did not enjoy it. I did not appreciate it when I was a lot younger, but I've enjoyed it as I've gotten older. And it started by watching the hell out of certain scenes. Then I watched more of the movie. And honestly, I
Mhm.
can see why people love this one so much.
It is a good movie, but I think there really is. I mean, to think if any scenes actually stand out, I can't sit here and go, "Oh, I loved these scenes."
I
You
got
know,
one for you.
um, I mean, they were all, what I'm kind of saying is that I think it was all done well.
Yeah, it
The
was.
tree opening in the house, you know, his little snarkies with the
Yeah.
neighbors, when he loses it and goes out and cuts another tree down. I mean, all of that they all were good scenes, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Was it a perfect movie? Is it a movie I'll pick to watch every Christmas? Probably not. Is it a movie that I wouldn't mind watching again? Yeah, I'd watch it again.
Oh, yeah. I did have one scene. if you could bring that scene up, or if you're able to.
Well, I don't know what it. Oh, you put
Oh
it in the
yeah, that.
private chat.
Yeah. So it's,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you know which one it is. So, but yeah, like I said, we're still going, folks. So tell us what you think of this movie. Um, Scenes, what you like, what you didn't like, even if you didn't like it. We love to hear your
Tell me when
feedback.
you want me to put it up.
Right there, right there. Yep,
I know. Do you want it
yep. Go ahead
on?
and bring it up. Bring
Okay.
it up. Bring it up. Right here. To hear that that was improvised was funny.
Yes, that was part of the. Yeah, that it was
It
a.
was really thing. And but what makes this scene even better? I mean, look at Quaid. His eyes are big in the background, and
Mhm.
everybody else around. But then she goes to shake the wife's hand. She
Yes,
takes her hand off, shakes her hand, and then puts it right back in the position it was.
yes,
It's like it's you would think, okay, then I would just leave it. Hey man, no. She took it off the crotch, shook hands, put it right back on the crotch. It was hilarious.
yes,
Uh,
yes. They, I guess they did multiple takes, and she only did that in one of the takes,
I think it
and she
made
didn't
sense.
know, and she didn't know if it was going to be used or not. And they did pick it. She was hoping they would, but they did. So
Yeah.
all the other takes that they did, her hand was not.
I
Um,
couldn't imagine
uh,
her in a comfortable position without her hand there. I have
yeah,
to be down by her side. It just
and I don't know if his eyes are big because the guns are pointed at him or her hand is on his crotch.
that would be a question to ask him at that scene. If you ever get a chance to interview him, his eyes or something, and really is it trying to be Terry, or did she surprise him with that? And
Hmm.
his eyes are big because of that.
Right.
Just that's
Oh, and
hilarious.
the tie that he's wearing here is the Christmas tie at the beginning when they're driving. When Audrey says, "Are we going to go get a Christmas tie?" And he's like, "No, I already have one at home." That was the tie that was in reference to.
Yeah,
Surprise! There, another bit of trivia there.
yeah.
There was just I can't pick out one scene that I thought was
Did
exemplary because I think overall the show was the movie was they were all good scenes.
it does. But for me personally, this is the one the whole SWAT actually the SWAT invasion to the end with the explosion and uh, uh, the national anthem and then play ball.
Yeah, oh yes, play ball.
I love that. I mean that I will if I know that that's coming up, I'll stop what I'm doing and watch that scene.
Mm,
That's one of the better scenes to the movie that I call back to. The rest of the movie is always good. It has its moments, but if I ever get a chance, if there's one scene, it's this whole ending.
mhm.
It's really really put together well and
Yes.
truly funny.
I
Um,
do like it when the SWAT commander goes, "Freeze," and the other SWAT
oh
members
yeah,
stop, and he's like, "I'm not talking to you." And it's like, "Oh, oh, okay. Sorry."
that was like
Those
I
are
mean
some
that caught me off guard.
mhm.
But yeah, it's yeah you got that. It's so 1989. How this movie? So it's 30 35 years. Wow.
And I could see this movie being, change some of the fashion.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Did they try remaking this movie? Don't remake it. Just,
Not yet. No, no, not
just
yet.
keep this one because it's perfect.
No, you can't. And the characters, you just can't be the same. It's they did make a new vacation movie with
Yeah,
Rusty growing up, and then Christina Applegate, or was it was the one with Christina Applegate
I
and
never watched it,
I watched
but
some scenes, and
I will say that
it was
at times I fell asleep.
well, it was a little bit funny in parts, but it lacked the charm and the
Yeah. Oh, I never watched it.
it lacked the heart and the charm of these. You can't go back, and
Mhm.
that's what makes a lot of these movies that we've seen classic and why they're you really can't do them
Mhm.
again. Except Elf, maybe you could retry Elf with somebody less annoying. Um,
I just think Elf is just inherently annoying.
See, I don't think you can do Jingle All the Way either. because I think that movie was made by the chemistry of Arnold with Sinbad, and of course
Mhm.
Robert Conrad in there. I know it was not your favorite, but for
I
people that
don't
like
think they
it, but for people that like it, you can't do that again with other people. Like they
mhm.
said, they did try that one later with Larry the Cable Guy. They were supposed to have a sequel. Well, they didn't, and they ended up defaulting Larry Cable Guy, and it was like
It wasn't
uh,
even
it wasn't even a true sequel at that
it
point.
wasn't even a sequel, they just used the name, they were just trying to
Yeah,
get that with the name.
yeah.
But I probably should have rated this higher than I did, but I just really I was trying to think if there's scenes I didn't like, and I really one scene that made me really uncomfortable was when Eddie was saying, "Can the kids stay in the house? Because we want some alone time in the RV." And he, makes the line about the gerbils and the rubber sheets. I'm
Yeah,
going, I don't want to know. And I think that they had some deleted scenes that explained it, where it didn't make it just creepy, but
yeah.
they didn't put them in, and they kept that line in. And I thought that that was um, creepy. The sled whole sled thing. Um, I don't know if it necessarily needed to be in there.
The which one?
Um, the sled,
Oh
the
yeah.
I think that just kind of was uh, okay. Um, it just was there.
Oh, another one I like was the overpowered electrical cords.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh, the
I
eight
mean that
million of them.
that was like wow. That was that was so funny.
Hmm.
And that house truly, I don't know if you can how hard it is to bring up another image of the house with the lights. Because folks, we had a house in our neighborhood about 10 years ago, or maybe 10 to 15 years ago, that truly was decorated to this point, but it was not just lights. It was there were lights on the house, but it was also the let's see what you're I
I
think you're
don't know. I
close.
can't find it.
Yeah, but folks, imagine this picture when the missus gets to it,
Oh
but
shoot! You
all
should have told
plastic.
me to turn it off.
Oh,
God.
sorry. I thought you people get a chance to look at it again. Uh, let's see, right. Still love that one. Let's see, because I thought you had.
Just
Uh,
I'm looking for it.
yeah,
Give me a second. Just keep talking while I'm
yeah.
looking.
Okay, Snorter Poop
You
has got
don't
to
need
go
to.
burn. Yeah, have fun knocking.
Ah,
Oh shit! Hold on, I hit the wrong thing. Snorter Poop has got to go to bed. We'll knock out the power grid. Snorter Poopus.
oh shoot.
Uh, but either way, uh, just go back to the where you had the lights to the best you can. Basically, we had a place. The kids called it Plastic City. There were wall to wall plastic lit up Christmas decorations. You had Santa, you had snowmen. I mean, they literally, yes, like that grid. The house was gridded like that with the lights. But imagine like that type of setup with all large plastic Christmas displays out throughout the yard.
Yeah, oh
That
my
was
gosh, it
creepy.
had like 100 of those little plastic. I wonder where they stored them.
I don't know. I think they probably threw them all away because I mean, that many that would take up a whole living room. Those things. So
They probably had a storage unit that they stored them in.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Phantom Outsider said Sled Scene was there to show Clark's job was food additives, and they really made that non-stick. Sled had zero friction till it hit the road, then sparks fly.
I know, but it doesn't really matter. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter what his job was.
Well,
And
one thing,
I
one thing
mean,
that yeah.
it just was kind of,
Well, one thing that stuck was that sap from the tree. He's
oh
like
my gosh.
very sappy, lots of sap because when he cut the cord, it all encased him, and up there, everything stuck to him. Then it stuck to her trying to get the paper off of him.
Well, what I thought was funny was the last scene when he went to go to bed, and he reached over and held, kind of touched her hair to give her a kiss goodnight, and that her hair was stuck on his hand, and then he
Yeah.
reached over to the lamp to turn it off, and the lamp fell because it was stuck to his hands.
Yeah.
Um, that whole bumbly thing. The baseball hat that he wore
Hmm.
in the some of the scenes was the ones that he wore in the other 2 movies. Um, there was a scene where, Rusty, his dad says, "You're gonna help me check all the lights," and he looks at his hand, which doesn't have any watch on it, and he goes, "Oh, wow, look at the time, I gotta go." That is a scene, almost like a iconic thing that Chevy Chase did, um, and a lot of stuff. So there were a lot of things like that that were really, really cool. But,
Yeah.
um, to me, it was a good movie. It was just a movie that I enjoyed, but it wasn't, it was a good movie. I don't think it was a great movie, so I'm really struggling to, because I really don't have an opinion on it. It was a good movie. It was a movie. It was a good movie. I didn't feel like I wasted my life doing it. I didn't feel like I wasted my time doing this review, watching it again, where I did with Elf, that I had to relive it.
You really don't like Elf?
It was just a movie to me, and not a not a classic, not, but it was a good movie. So it is very difficult for me to really I say a lot about it. I don't really have any strongly negative or strongly positive opinions about it. Um,
Well, at least it's a movie that is actually good throughout.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, it was, like I say, it was a good movie, but it's not anything that I have, there really was. I know. I mean, what message? I don't know if there really was a message in it,
I
which I
think
don't think a
it's just
movie has to have a
yeah,
message at
I think it was
all.
just a good fun movie for once.
Yeah, it just was. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a comment about that, but I'll wait till tomorrow night, hopefully, to go with that because, sometimes movies just, you know, you know, eh, so many times, especially with comedies, we've seen the fear is you watch the trailers and you feel like you've seen the whole movie by watching the trailers. You know, there's only a couple of
Uh,
scenes, and the rest
I
of the
got to
movie.
say that there are people that have
Yes,
actually done this scene for their Christmas decorations.
yes,
And I guess there's a scene when he was putting up the lights where Clark ends up hanging on the gutters. Apparently, some company sold a image like that hanging on the gutter, and the police were caught a lot of times because it looked so realistic. People actually thought somebody was stuck on the gutters.
oh yeah, they're very good at it. We've had to think about the reports with people with hair sticking out of trunks.
Hmm.
And you said, yeah, you're talking about decorations, correct?
Yes.
Uh, well, you want to? I actually got a meme for you if you want to see it real quick.
Okay. Hey, Kimberly Ann Hart, how are you today?
Hello, welcome. Feel free to tell us what you think about this great movie, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. All right,
Merry Christmas, shitter's full.
it's full of memes. So there you go. I was actually gonna try to look for that. What you said, it's the Christmas decorations. Yeah.
So,
Mm.
here is one that somebody did. Um,
Oh, oh, Kimberly and Hard, like except the fried cat. Yeah, the
oh,
cat that got in the string of lights.
here is a version. This is one that someone made. their Christmas decorations. And it was a news story that someone, I think they had to put a little sign saying, "This is a decoration. This is not real."
Oh yeah, yeah. Poor
So
cat. Poor cat.
yes,
Yeah. How
and
about
they were the producers were wanting them to cut that scene because of the whole thing. They're afraid that it would just turn too many people off. Well, when they did the test screenings, it
mm,
was like the most favorite scene in the movie. That's
wow?
why they kept it in.
Well, and cats do. Cats have this obsession with Christmas trees, lights, tinsel, decorations.
Mhm.
It's like everybody can relate to it. I did find one of those decorations for cousin Eddie.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, right here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Oh, the
there's
hose is part of the
yeah,
that's cute.
yeah.
That's
There's
cute.
more too. But like you said, it's such a iconic scene.
Mhm.
See, I think that may be more the actor of Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid based that off of somebody he knew from Texas. He said.
From what?
Someone that he knew from Texas.
Oh,
He
Tech.
based that he based that character.
Well, I tell you, it you could tell the difference without him in European Vacation, like they said.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
was a big thing. So,
So we're about 1 hour and 20 minutes into the show. I think Dad
unless
Man.
unless others have any other comments, your favorite scenes, what do you think about the movie? And feel free, go ahead and start your ratings now. Tell us what you think you would rate this movie. So, yes,
So yes, if how would you rate this movie if you have any favorite scenes? Um, just let us know what you think. Um, if you want to rate the vacation, Euro vacation, let's see, Vegas vacation, and Christmas vacation, go right ahead and do that also. I am trying to remember them. Um, Vacation is obviously number one. Um, I think Christmas and then Vegas and then Euro. I'm thinking. I'm not 100%
I'm
sure
checking that
because
right
it's been a while since I've seen them. So, but if you have any rating out of 10, um, you can feel free to share them.
now. Yeah.
That would be,
I have the order if you're ready.
well, I know that wasn't the order. That was how I liked them.
Oh no, no, okay. I thought you meant sequential order. My bad. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
no, what's the sequential order? It's
Vacation 1983, European Vacation 85, Christmas Vacation 89, and Vegas Vacation in 97. Then there's a Christmas Vacation 2 in 2003. And then, of course, the new generation,
so who was in the
Vacation
Christmas? Was
2015.
Chevy Chase in Christmas Vacation too?
I have to take a look. I didn't know there was one.
Kimberly Ann Hart says if it had 9 lives, it spent them. Yep. Poor kitty. Poor kitty.
Let's see. Let's see. Wow. This looks like one that's completely different. Oh, Christmas Vacation 2 was Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure.
Oh yeah. No. So
Yeah.
like I said, I just kind of this movie was good. It was a consistent movie. There wasn't any, like I say, the only scene I think they could have pulled out was the tray sled scene or tray sleigh, or I don't know what they called it. Um, I just didn't really think it did anything, but gave Randy Quaid the lines to sing about the plates in his head. It, I think the rest of it was very smooth. Um, uh, it it flowed well. I just think that really was the only scene that they could have, like, not had. Um, I would have loved to have at the beginning, kinda explain the whole how they dug the tree out, you know, because that just was jarring. They had no tools, and then all of a sudden the tree is yeah, how they did not do that with their bare hands, you know? So and it didn't show them, frozen because they were "We're gonna be the jolliest group of assholes since Santa come down the chimney." Yes, when he had his, mental break, when he, lost it and just was very upset, we shall say, to put it, lightly. So, I think I wish they would have explained that because I'm like, how did they dig out the tree? You know, because they couldn't get their car couldn't have even pulled that out. So that was um problematic to me. If you're talking, you're muted.
Okay, I agree. Sorry. I agree with you on that because you saw what I kept thinking. I kept thinking, well, the car, but you were right. There was so much snow. There's no way that car could have gotten there. So
No.
it did leave some kind of well. Did they dig it out by hand, which would seem impossible too?
Right, it just was like just and they had the scene of it.
Mm-hmm.
Add that scene at the beginning and take out the sled scene,
Uh,
you
and I
know.
tell you, the other thing I did like you said, Kimberly said there's so many great lines in this thing that you can come back to, and I think that's what makes all the good vacation movies wonderful, because the lines go up and down with all the characters. I like the one that you pointed out earlier about the SWAT commando. That's pretty low, Mister. If I had a rubber hose, I would beat you. I was
Yeah.
like, dang, dude.
Yeah, it's like, "Wow, you're a real asshole. He should have kidnapped you before leaving." You
Uh,
know?
and
But yeah.
yeah, and we touched on a little bit the interaction between Uncle Lewis and Aunt Bethany. That was just
Mhm.
that was beautiful. I just
Well,
love the two of them
and
together.
and and I like that they did not take, um, for the sake of comedy, they did not they kept their dignity.
Hmm.
Even though she said the pledge during prayer, it was obvious that, she was having memory issues. There were probably, some dementia for the character, but they never made fun of it. They never wrote the character disrespectfully. Even the cantankerous Uncle Lewis. I mean, he
Yeah,
just was like, most older uncles, that were born, at the time he was. They're just like, you know, a little cantankerous. Wasn't mean. He wasn't mean. He just was, you know, hey, hey, Grizz, if you're not busy, can you go get my cigars? While he's picking up the garbage. You know,
uh, no, Phantom Outsider digging out by hand, tracking to the car, getting it to the car, took inhuman strength, and that possessed by insane person Clark.
yes.
I did bring up a scene. I think
Oh
you showed
gosh,
it earlier.
I did not show this picture because I did not want to.
Okay,
So
but
you can show it.
well, because it's a scene where he's fantasizing the model, the young lady at the store,
He's
and the pool.
fantasizing no, he's fantasizing his family
Yeah, the
enjoying the
pool.
pool and, and all that stuff,
But then
hoping,
she,
with the thought because he's
yeah,
worried about the bonus coming because he hasn't gotten anything and other people have gotten now. So he's worried and he's upset. So he's out there looking
yeah, yeah,
and fantasizing about it, and the family is all frolicking, and then
yeah.
this thing
Well,
happens.
and the girl showed up too, but then
No, but
this ruined it.
this was at the beginning. This was
No,
before the girl,
all
you
right.
know. It was before the girl.
Mm,
It's a family comes, and so we have all the family here, and then Randy Quaid in
I
all
love
his glory. I mean Eddie in all his glory there. And
Leopard.
then they all disappear and the model is there.
Yeah. Look at that. He's got swim flippers on. Just so,
Yes. It's
yeah,
so Eddie.
I love that.
So Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, they respected the elderly people in this, and they could have used him as the butt of jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they didn't. And they just the humor of just life, you know, that when when they go Grace and she goes Grace, she's been dead for 30 years. That cracked me up because I have had misunderstandings like that young when someone's gone, you know, someone asked me, "Oh, well, what day is Cinco de Mayo?" And I'm like, "It's May 5th." And they were meaning like, was it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday this year? You know? And I go, "Well, I know it's May 5th." And they looked at me like, "You really didn't say that, did you?" And they kind of like, I kind of, when, you know, Aunt Bethany was like, you know, um, Grace been dead for 30 years. Like, oh my gosh, I have done misunderstandings like that. But it wasn't disrespectful to her. It wasn't making her the butt of the
Oh,
joke. It was, and I thought that um,
yeah.
was really nice
Mm-hmm.
because they could have, you know, the kids weren't disrespectful to their dad. You know, they were kids, they were teenagers, they were young people, but they weren't, you know, God, dad's gonna F it up again. You
You
know,
know, yeah.
they were just kids, you know, and to the point where, you know, Audrey, who being a teenage girl, um, is, you know, I hope no one sees me out here in my pajamas, but she was out there to see the lights and she defended her dad.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, they didn't make the kids assholes. And
Yeah.
yes, Kimberly says Julia Dreyfus hitting part and the dog on
Oh,
her.
sorry.
Yes.
That dog hit
Uh,
her 4 floors and was going at that squirrel.
yes.
Uh,
And the whole scenes with I couldn't get good shots of the dog chasing the squirrel onto the dining room table behind the china cabinet. Oh my gosh, it was bedlam. Everybody, just total bedlam. Um, but you know, even Snots, they you know they weren't mean to the dog. They did, you know, Snots was
yeah.
just kind of there. Um,
But you know, you touched on something that's missing in a lot of movies now. Because in most movies, dad is not just incompetent, he's embarrassing. And, you know, there is the disrespect. But like you said, he was embarrassing them and they were questioning, but they still stayed loyal. They were still respectful. Like, and they still
mhm.
had hope in their dad. Like, hey, he knows what he's doing, even though it blows up, you know,
Yeah,
which is really nice to see. It's not just complete
and his
rebellion.
wife supported him through the whole
Yeah.
thing. You know,
Hmm.
and she's like, "Well, Clark, you know how you get." And he's like, when have I ever done that?" And she's like, "What?" I mean, she's just kind of starts listing stuff, but it isn't mean. It's just, Clark, this is how you are. You know, drop your expectations a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, um, but there was never any mean. I mean, even Art, the father-in-law, he, I mean, he was the father-in-law, but he kind of picked it at Clark, but it wasn't. It was I mean, he meant it. I mean, I think he meant to pick on him. I think he doesn't think. I think that Art thinks his little girl could have done better, but he knows that she loves him, and so he just picks on him a little bit. It's not really bad, but just a little bit because he knows that she loves him, but he still thinks that she could have done better. Um, so even that wasn't horrible. You know, it just was the balance of the snark, I guess, and you know, they didn't overdo it so that you didn't hate any of the characters, even Todd and Margot.
Hmm.
You know, as assholey as they were, By the end, I kind of felt for Margot. Felt so sorry. She got beaten up by the squirrel and the dog, and then,
How I felt
her.
sorry for Todd.
Well,
Damn.
at the end, she's laying on the couch with her thing on. I guess Todd was,
Probably
banned
out. Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
out of the house or whatever, and the door knocks, and she says, "You just knock the door down if you want to come in." And the SWAT knocks the door down.
Yeah.
Which, why are they going into her house? I makes no sense. But um, so like I said, thinking, I like that because the way sometimes they didn't do the humor at the expense of anybody,
Mm.
even Clark.
And I think that's a sign of good humor.
Yeah,
You don't have to be mean or vicious. You
it
know.
was almost the humor was directed towards situations.
Right.
The lights not coming on, the squirrel in the tree, the
Girl.
turkey dinner that was overcooked, the um, you know, um,
Yeah.
just any of them.
Well,
Him
see
being
that
locked
whole.
up.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
The whole scene with the squirrel taking over the whole house. It's just a squirrel, but everybody thought it was like they had a
Squirrels can
poisonous snake.
carry. Squirrels can
Yeah.
carry rabies. I
Yeah.
would not
But
want one.
yeah.
I would panic.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like open the door, try to escort them out or something. It's not like you got a venomous snake there, but it was
Yeah, but you could have a rabid squirrel.
not, well, I know, but still, I love the way the squirrel dominated because me and squirrels,
Oh yes, yes.
Yes. So dog chasing squirrel. Yeah.
And I loved it when he told his mom, "Just lay there, don't
Yeah.
move." And
Right.
he's like, "Okay, you can move now." But yes, like I say, I enjoyed the movie. I think it was a consistent movie. Um, do I think it's like the best movie ever in the world? No. Is it the worst movie ever in the world? No. It just kind of it's a movie, and I wouldn't mind watching it again, but I don't necessarily know if I'd go out of my way to watch it again. Does that make sense?
Mm.
I don't
Yeah.
think we're going to be reviewing this movie next year because we reviewed it this year.
Right.
So,
Right.
Dadman,
But I would not admit if it's on, I definitely would watch it. It's one of those.
I probably would. So we're an hour and 37 minutes into the show. 9:30. Well, it's actually 9:40 because we started 3 minutes late. Let's go ahead and see if you want to put a review in. Um, yes, did the blessing, and the fact that that she said the Pledge of Allegiance, and instead of kind of making fun and criticizing her and blah blah blah, they just said the Pledge of Allegiance and then said Amen.
Yeah.
It just was that those little things were the um how they accepted um the the elderly, and the fact that I'm getting older, and I'm not 81 yet, but you think about it, there's going to be times that they get forgetful, they might be a little cantankerous, like Uncle Lewis was at times, and and
Did you have did
and
you have a did you have a favorite character in this movie?
I loved Aunt Bethany. I really did. Aunt Bethany was like my and the squirrel.
Yeah. I like
Yes,
it.
the dog knocked the china cabinet and made such a mess.
Well, I'll give you one guess who my favorite character was.
Eddie,
No.
I don't know then.
Uncle.
The Uncle Lewis.
Yes. Uncle Lewis.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
I,
they didn't even get all pissy with the dog about that.
no. No, and they could have gotten really angry and mean about the dog throughout the whole movie.
I
I
mean,
mean, I
yeah.
know I would have,
I
but
mean, it was just like, you know, I don't know if Clark was just totally overwhelmed and just says I just and just shut down. But I loved it when they were getting ready to leave. He's like, "No, nobody's leaving. Nobody's leaving."
yeah,
You
oh,
know. We're gonna have a happiest Christmas ever.
I think Kimberly Ann really likes the dog and knocking down Julia Louis Dreyfus.
Yes.
But
That
that
whole
whole
that
scene was great.
yes. She gets ready to knock on the door opens and bam, she's on the ground.
You know, that scene reminded me of that scene in Jingle All the Way where Schwarzenegger's trying to get the reindeer out of the house. You know,
Oh yes.
opens the door. Yeah, it's the kind of thing. But yeah, folks, feel free to put your ratings in. We got 2 ratings right now, Mrs.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is that we do it. I am going to first talk about to give you guys some time if you want to put a rating down. Um, do it. Dadman will star it, and we'll show it in just a second. I'm going to review all the shows that we've watched and the ratings that we had. We're not going to really say why we did. I might throw in a sentence here or there, but I will talk for you, Dadman, for these, um, and because keep your throat. At least Anna didn't fry the reindeer into the carpet.
Hey, the cat did it to itself. The
Yes,
cat did it to itself.
yes, yes. So, okay, so here we are with our rate. Our first movie we reviewed was Jingle All the Way. I hated it. Gave it a
Uh,
3 out of 10. I thought it did not share the Christmas message. Dadman thought it was hilarious and gave it an 8 out of 10.
IB from
Grim.
Mo, by the way.
Hello, B from O. Oh, well, thank you for listening. Gremlins, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I didn't think some of the effects fared well, but I did like the story. Dadman gave it a 7 out of 10, and that was the first time he ever watched it. He thought Gremlins 2 was better, but now he thinks Gremlins is the better movie. A Christmas Carol, 1951 with Alistair Sim. We both gave it an 8 out of 10. We thought it was a good adaptation of the movie. Ba, 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 ba. The Santa Claus. I gave it a 6 out of 10 because I only because of Tim Allen. I liked him in this movie. Deadman gave it a 5 out of 10. There was a lot of inconsistencies in it and problems that we had. Elf, we both gave it a 4 out of 10. And I think at times we think we were being extremely generous because Will Ferrell, that's all I'm going to say, he was annoying as heck.
Can I
I
say one
think I
thing?
think because of the scenery, um, the story, I thought the scenery, the story, and some of the made it kind of worthy, but Will Ferrell just no. Go ahead.
That movie to me was one that I don't think it was constructed well together. I think it jumped scene to scene. I I just there was just something of lack of chemistry in that.
I think it was Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
I think it was Will Ferrell. That I just
it
think,
was almost too much
yeah,
syrup, you know.
yeah,
A little
okay,
more toned down. But
yeah,
yep.
yep. It just was Will Ferrell. Oops. Uh-oh, I went the wrong way.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I didn't. Let's see. Oh, and then we did Krampus. Krampus, we had a special guest, Agent Atwood. Me and Dadman gave it an 8 out of 10. If we enjoyed it, we would watch it again. I think it almost might become a Christmas tradition to watch this one. There were some issues in it that Atwood addressed, and that's why he gave it a 7 out of 10 Krampuses. Then yesterday we reviewed 6 Christmas TV programs uh, aimed toward children, but I do not like saying that they're children one. Who would have been a better Buddy Elf? Um, I think, and if he was alive, I think that Robin Williams would have been a good Buddy Elf.
I don't. Hmm,
I mean,
that is intriguing. I don't think Carrie. I think Carrie would have been even worse
yeah, I think Jim Carrey would have given
because
it 100.
Carrie overdoes it even more than Farrell.
Yeah.
I
I think Robin Williams would have given an innocence
yeah.
to it. Um, and I think he would have been good at it.
I'm just trying to think of who else could have done that role right now. I'm not sure that. Oh,
I
you
don't
know what?
even.
Ryan Reynolds, maybe.
That would be interesting.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I
You know,
would not want Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, he annoys me as much as Will Ferrell, even though I do like some of the stuff that he's done. I'm trying to think. I do not know a lot of the um, um, comedians, current
Free
comedians.
Guy. Ryan Reynolds was in that movie
Yeah,
Free
yeah, but
Guy.
yeah. I know who Ryan Reynolds is, but
Yeah,
I was really trying to think of, huh?
because I think it has in that balance where you can play that innocence without the being over the top when
John
you
Candy would have been interesting.
John. Yeah,
He would have been very interesting for that for the elf. We got to go backwards so that we have this one on. Whoops, no, we did the wrong way.
I see. I don't
There we
think
go.
Adams. I don't think Adam Sandler would
No,
have worked either.
yeah,
It
Adam
just
Sandler.
like I said, yeah, that would be interesting to see if you could recast Elf. Now, a lot of the Will Ferrell fans will disagree, but
I
you
know,
know,
but if you, yeah, like I said, I don't like Will Ferrell.
yeah.
Um,
Interesting question.
I'm checking to see if there's a story about it.
Yeah, because I'm rattling my brain. Ryan Reynolds is the only person I can think of offhand, which
Okay.
shows you his ability to go from Deadpool to that.
Let's see. Uh, okay, so Ferrell's declined doing a sequel, so they were thinking of this is the they were saying who I'm trying to find out the list. Who did they say? And I do not know who some of these people are because I just so quit. When it comes to um, Bill Hader, Bill Hader.
Okay,
Do
I'm
you know
looking
who
that
the?
up. The name's familiar. I wonder if that's the guy that played Jethro in Beverly Hillbillies. No, 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 it's somebody else.
Who is he? He looks so familiar.
He used to play on Saturday Night Live,
Oh,
2005 2013.
uh,
I got an image here for you if you want
I
to
see
see.
the image, but I don't know. Um,
I yeah. Okay, who else?
I was looking to see what. Oh, and they said that Elle Fanning or McKenna Grace could play Buddy and Jovi's daughter.
Mm. Fell out, Dave. Arnold, just AM, say Buddy's lines.
It does not. Basically, that's the only person they say.
Oh,
So, yep, that's about it.
okay.
Bill Hader would replace potential replacement. That's who they would want, the directors.
Wow.
I would love to hear Arnold say Buddy's lines.
Pee Wee Herman.
I think Pee Wee. I think Paul Rubens would have been really. I think he would have done good with the elf as elf.
Yeah.
I don't think the background would have mattered. I mean,
No, it's an adult movie. It's not necessarily a kids movie.
so yeah, that very interesting question. Very, very interesting question.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
So, we rated the 6 movies, which were, Rudolph, Santa Claus, The Little Drummer Boy, Charlie Brown Christmas, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and The Small One. Um, that was a really kind of fun, um,
It's
show
interesting
to
to
do.
see compare ours, though. I think.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well,
I
it's
think.
very generational. You're 7 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And I think things were starting to kind of change a little bit, in
The
that.
the two that were off the well, three, I guess, the small one, but really it's Rudolph and Peanuts. So
Hmm. So that is up to date. We've done, I think that is six. Six. Tonight is our seventh, eight, nine, 10, 11. No, today is our eighth.
right,
Nine, 10.
Monday,
We've
Tuesday,
done,
Wednesday,
yeah.
Thursday, because
We're
Friday we have
three.
the
We're
other.
3/4 of the way done. Wow. So tonight, what is our ratings for what was the movie? Christmas Vacation. Here we go. I gave it 6 out of 10 stars. Christmas trees. And Dadman gave it 7 out of 10 popcorn buckets.
And
So
about
why did you give it 7?
well, let's first of all, about 15 years ago, this would have been about a three. I
Okay.
did not like this movie years ago. I did not. I don't know. That just it didn't hit me the right way. But
Hmm.
over the years, I guess seeing it more often, um, focusing on the scenes that really made me happy, like the squirrel chase scene,
Hmm.
things like that, really helped me enjoy the movie. And I think honestly, watching other movies and comparing it to me showed me that it was a better movie than I'd given it uh, um, credit for. Also, 20 years ago, let's see, when this movie came out, I was 19. I was a lot more picky. If it wasn't sports or World War II or something, I wouldn't watch it. But it really was a good movie. Like you said, the Aunt Bethany and the Uncle scenes, those were just iconic, wonderful things. It was a good movie, and it wasn't mean. Like you said,
Yeah.
those things come together to make it a good movie.
I
So
mean,
as I get older, I can appreciate these things better and
when
more.
Ellen told Clark that his, parents were gonna come, and he wasn't like, "Oh, crap," and she's kind of a little nervous about it because,
Mhm.
you know, both of
Yeah.
the parents were gonna be there, and they kind of bicker with each other, and he was like, "It's Christmas, we can," it's about family. I mean, he truly did not mind her parents being there. He and I thought that was showed their marital relationship.
Yeah.
That whole thing, it was just they didn't mock or degrade any of it. Any of the relationships, the in-laws to the in-laws to the son-in-law or daughter-in-law, any of that, there was nothing that was just horrible, and I agree with you with that.
Well, and that's you. But see, I'm agreeing because you've been saying that, and give me something. That's stuff that I didn't think at 19, 20 years old.
Right,
Me,
right,
I'm married for 30 years now, and having my own kids that are adults now, and understanding and see what life's really like and stuff like that, and how family dynamics work in the real world. It
mhm,
was refreshing and a reminder. It was nice. It was nice to enjoy something with this with a family that
right,
still at the end of the day came together. And I
mhm,
appreciate you bringing that point up because that really is a
right.
great point.
Well, you know what? I forgot to share the chats
Oh well,
things.
hey,
Phantom Outsider said it was the second best vacation. A vacation, then Christmas, then Euro, and then Vegas vacation. Ice Raven 11 says it's 7 out of 10. Um, and Corey, who I also gave it a 7 out of 10. What a coincidence! And Fallout Dave, this one gets a 6. 5 more lives than the cat had left. So,
yeah,
yes, I gave it a 6 out of 10 also, because I'm going to tell you kind of my criteria. 8, um, 7, 8, is the highest I've gone so far. Um, will mean I will watch it. I could make a effort to watch it during the Christmas season every year. 6 is that it was a good movie, but I'm not don't necessarily care if I watch it. I'm not going to make an effort to watch it again. But if it comes on or someone wants to watch it, I'll watch it. A 5 or 4 is, yeah, okay. No, probably not gonna watch it again, but, I could see some redeeming value, but there had issues. About 3 below, I really don't ever wanna watch them, but Dadman makes me watch Jingle All the Way every year.
You know you like it.
So I'm usually reading my phone during
That's
Jingle All the Way.
okay. That's okay. We're spending time together.
Yes, so, that is our reviews today. So,
Uh,
let's see, we have 2
that's
more
good.
live. Let me see what's over here. Um, I'm going in on this one. 10 out of 10 on both trees and popcorn. I agree with both of your ratings on vacation. Well, thank you very much for that. Um, sometimes I don't really think about things until the show starts. And as I start thinking about it, I'm like, oh, the
Hmm.
whole, really thinking about how they treated the people in it. That I really thought about that, that was one of the reasons why I didn't find this one truly horrific. And we got Miss Martin Muses here. Hello. We
Oh,
are finishing our review of Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. I'm so glad
and
you're here.
and feel free to tell us what you thought of this movie if you want to rank it, Teresa.
Yes, if you would like
It's
to,
not
that
too
would
late.
be fantastic. So,
I posed a question back to B from O. Can we really consider Vegas Vacation a true vacation movie,
can we
or to
really
a phantom
Can we
outsider?
really can we really consider Christmas Vacation a vacation movie? They don't even leave their house. I
Yeah, but
guess he's
it's the
not at
spirit.
work. I guess
If
he's not at work.
But if you
So,
saw Vegas Vacation, it's a lot different. So it's like everybody went their own separate ways.
yeah, I saw Vegas
Yeah,
Vacation.
but hey,
That's why it was the 4th one I liked. It's a
it's
vacation. Yes.
uh,
So, I'm gonna go ahead and, slowly start, with our final shutdown. If you would like to give a rating of the movie, please do, and Dadman will put it up, and we'll talk about it. If you have any of favorite scene in the movie, you can type about that, and we will share it. Um, so I am going to go ahead. Yes, everyone kind of had their own Vegas vacation. Hey, I don't have a problem with that. I have,
Mr. Papa Giorgio is his name.
yes,
I can't believe I
yes.
remember that.
I can't believe you remember it too. So here we go. I thank everyone for being here. And tomorrow through Friday, 10 a.m., we are going to do morning musings with Mrs. Dadman Walking. We do puzzles, birthdays, celebrations, and memes. And that is every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow night, we are going to be reviewing A Christmas Story. Yep, A Christmas Story. And Tuesday, I will be doing my Lego Christmas build. Tuesday, we will review Home Alone 2
This
Lost in New York.
the second greatest Christmas movie of all time.
A little bias there. Let's see. On
Hey, it's got
Wednesday,
Tim Curry. What else do you need?
we're going to watch Bill Murray, who was in Scrooged. I watched this a long time ago. Really, really liked it. Wanting to see if it aged well. Charlie did get a chocolate bar during a Christmas. So does that make it a Christmas movie? No. No, it does not. But yes, he did get a Christmas bar during Christmas, and it had no golden ticket in it. So Wednesday we're going to be talking about Scrooge, and let's see if
Oh
it
wait,
aged well. Oh, Phantom. Okay.
Huh.
7.5. The fact that Clark only had disdain for Eddie, but Eddie generally likes Clark and went and got him exactly what he asked for, regardless of the consequences. I think Eddie was just too stupid to think that far ahead, to be honest with you. But yes, Clark really didn't care for Eddie. But don't you have relatives like that you kind of tolerate him? And he really wasn't mean. I mean, he
Hey,
could have been really mean to him.
but I still feel that Eddie's misunderstood. I feel that way. Like Clark said, he's got a head bigger than his brain, or a heart bigger than his
Yeah,
brain, or
oh,
whatever.
I think he is
I feel
generally
like
a
that
good
too.
guy, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm like I try to do the best for everybody else, and it's like I kind of like. It's nice to have guys like Eddie out there.
Was it
They
his
they truly.
birthday? Freedom Outsider said he got it for his birthday. That's right.
Hmm.
He did get it for his birthday.
Oh, the chocolate bar. Okay.
Yes, and I will always kill those pink-haired ladies in Fortnite.
No,
So, and oh well, good. I hope you're here tomorrow. I hope you are here tomorrow.
I think
So,
everybody should be here tomorrow night for that one. So
Scrooged, let's see how well it aged. Thursday, we're at 5. I'm going to be puttering in Lego Fortnite unless I'm exhausted, and then I am not going to be puttering in Lego Fortnite. I just don't know. Um, Thursday is our final movie, Klaus. It's on Netflix. I would recommend you watching it. If you have not, I think it might be a regular become a regular movie in your Christmas repertoire. All these movie reviews lead up to Christmas Traditions with the Dadmans and Daisy Blossom Flower Child, which will be on Dadman's channel on Friday at 8 p.m. We're going to be talking about our family traditions. We're going to be talking about traditions in other countries. So I think it's going to be very, very interesting, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. And that will be Friday at 8 p.m. On the 17th, after our show, I didn't have a chance to make a slide yet, but the 17th, correct?
yes, Tuesday night. Yeah.
Is that a Tuesday? Oh,
Yes,
wait.
it's Tuesday night. Yeah.
So after Home Alone 2, um,
Mm.
Dadman and JT Kirk are going to do a college playoff preview
And
show
bowl games. Yeah, bowl
and
games.
bowl
And
games.
folks, we got a lot to talk about.
So that will be Tuesday at 10 p. Is what do you have
10. We're tentatively for 10:30,
for
depending on
10:30, and depending on how this uh, uh, Tuesday's Home Alone review uh, fares. So don't forget that that will be Tuesday at 10 p.m. or when our show is over. So okie
Mhm.
dokie. So I think we have gone
and
through all of
and
the.
Wednesday night at 11, I'm going to try to have a late night show.
Okay, well, depending on how your throat is.
Yeah, I know it all depends.
Right. So, yes. I don't so, yes, getting tea and add lemon after the show. It's
I meant
honey.
honey.
Both of them would be good for the show,
Mm,
for your throat. So
Still got 12
thank you
people
all for
here.
being here. Thank
Yeah.
you all for being here. It is over 2 hours again, and I didn't think we'd make it to an hour and 16 minutes. But we just kept talking because that's what we do, isn't it?
The
Chatter,
people
chatter,
kept coming
chatter,
in the
chatter, and
chat
people
too.
can we have and yes, and you guys really help um with these shows because you're like our what do they call the in football the crowd, what are they, the 11th player or
12th man.
the 12th man. You're like the third man with these shows with us. You're our special guest, and
Gosh, you
without
still
you it really wouldn't
and you still got
it
13 here with us on both
yeah.
platforms total.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so
But
so
look,
much for that.
I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but also we have to have a special. Hey, DJ Knight, good to
Hey
see you
DJ
there.
Knight. Hello,
Hey,
hello.
I do want to say a special thank you to Agent Atwood for
Yes.
being on spot notice for very short notice to come in and
It
help us tonight.
literally was. I was making the PDF at
At
um,
8 o'clock.
at 7:59 to email to him,
Mhm.
and I gave him the link. I called him and said, "Can you do this?" And he's like, "Yes." Just let me
Yep,
get my computer up, and he was on here and helped. And so, thank you, Agent Atwood.
absolutely.
It was uh, I would have been reading everything for
Yeah,
a
well,
lot of it.
I got to toot your horn though for a second. DJ Knight, we're wrapping up, but feel free to tell us what you think. How would you rate this? Do you have any favorite scenes really quick? But the chaos of the, yeah. But I want to say this, folks. Make sure you subscribe to the Missus on YouTube. She's trying to get 500 to monetize, 285. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to her. Double check because YouTube will unsubscribe you from channels. So make sure you are. In the meantime, you can subscribe to
I
her
have
on.
287 right now. Thank you.
Wow, awesome.
Thank you. And 13 likes. Thank you so very much.
And you
Really,
can
really
subscribe to
appreciate
her
that.
on Twitch, which is like a join on YouTube. But also,
You
this is an
follow. I
important.
think you follow.
Well, you
I don't
follow,
know.
then you can subscribe, which is where you pay.
Yeah.
But this, folks, is the Kofi. Buy her a cup of coffee. A lot of streamers are now going to this, even personal things. Buy her a cup of coffee once a month, once one time donation, and the streamers keep more of the money from this. But if you like what I do, if you like especially what she does, and you want to help defray costs to help for her time and other things, this is the best way to support her tangibly with financially. She also has a Throne account, which she'll put the link up
Oh,
soon. So, but that you can help crowdfund or buy something that she will use for or in the streams. But hey, I had to teach her horn, Missus, because now all of a sudden you got up to 17 people now watching, and that's why, like, if anybody has anything, oh yeah, okay, thank you for the sub, DJ Night. But if anybody here before the missus close, she will probably try to work it in. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
okay. Sorry. I just have to look and see what the.
No, I had to teach her on horn for a little bit.
Oh, thank you. That's okay.
13 people here on YouTube right now. So it's like, imagine if you get 10 more people now telling you what they thought of the movie.
There
We'll
we
take
go.
it.
Oh,
And okay.
okay, well, thank you guys very, very much for that. And yes, right here, the Kofi and Throne, Mrs. Dadman Walking 55, both of them. As Dadman said, buy me a cup of coffee. You can buy me a big cup of coffee. You can buy me a small cup of coffee. You can buy me a cup of coffee every month. Whatever you can do. If you cannot afford to buy me a cup of coffee, please do not buy me a cup of coffee if it is going to take out of money that is going somewhere else. Oh, no. Well, Yummy, thank you for listening. My Throne is a creator wish list. So check it out and you'll find a little bit about what I like and what goes on in my brain. Um, let's see. I've lost my cursor. There it is. If you'd like to mail us something, and by us, I mean me, Deadman Walking 55, or my youngest Angelo, who is a streamer on Twitch, you can send it to P.O. Box 26603, Jacksonville, Florida 32226. My streams and VOD, YouTube at Mrs. Dadman Walking 55, Twitch at Mrs. Dadman Walking, social media X, Twix, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, it is at M Dadman Walking. Threads is at Mrs. Dadman Walking 55 with no punctuation. And Discord is Mrs. Dadman Walking. Now, you can either just become my friend on Discord or you can join my server. You do this first for either one of them. Go over to Discord. Do a friend
Penny's here.
request. Hello, Penny. Do a friend request. After you do that friend request, I will accept that friend request. And then I will send you an invite to my server. Now, if you want to join my server, click join. If you don't want to join my server and just want to be a friend, just ignore it. I'm not going to be upset. I just do that for everyone because I can't read your mind. I can't remember, if you mentioned something in chat about it. I just don't remember. So this would be a way, just don't join. It's okay. It really is. So there we go. Now, Dadman, his stuff is real easy. Dadman Walking 55, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. It's that easy. So, everybody, any final words? Any final words? Going once, going twice. Whoops,
Well,
let me check something here real quick.
it's hard to
Give it.
believe we're 2/3 the way through now,
I
but
know.
it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Sorry about the voice tonight. Hopefully tomorrow will be different. But thanks to everybody. We have 15 show up at 8 o'clock. Show up a little early tomorrow night. Feel free to chat, and I'm sure if y'all still have a rating, throw it and before she hits the end button. But thank you all for coming in. Make sure you hit that like button. Thank you for supporting my wife and her endeavor on this. I personally, that's the thing I find very gratifying. Thank you all.
So, everybody,
Yeah,
go over the.
I will, Corey. I will, Corey. I will, Fallout Dave.
Yes. So everybody go over there and let's I think I spelled it wrong, but no, I didn't. So go over there and support Mark D with a C for Sunday Night Geekery. Here is the link to that as I say goodbye to you all. And as I always say, okay, you can take that off because
Sorry.
I don't put
Sorry.
anything over my end slide. He's in charge of the slides, and so I have to tell him that.
Yes,
Because I
ma'am.
so thank you. But yes, go over there to that link. Tell Mark that the missus said hi, and I will see you all later. And remember to be kind, to show love. You're not promised tomorrow, so go to bed with no regrets. And most of all, I wish you all peace and have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. I hope you have a wonderful one. And on that note, I will say, see you later. Bye bye. Say goodbye, Dad Man.
Hi, Dad, man.
Bye, everybody.